Our students are the future. How we advance innovation and impact and approach equity in their classrooms will determine how we thrive as a world community. The status quo just won't cut it. That's why we're here to break the grade. Hello, breakers and difference makers. I'm Josh Chernikoff, host of How I Broke That. I'm a two-time entrepreneur in the education space, and I've successfully exited both of those companies. I've experienced my fair share of breaks in my life, and I'm here to bring my signature approach to my new show, Breaking the Grade. I'm embarking on this special journey alongside my good friend and mentor, John Gamba, Director of Innovative Programs and Entrepreneur in Residence at Penn GSE. In our podcast, you'll hear from emerging business owners in the education space who are working to transform education as we know it. Tune in as we hear about industry trends, unique principles and practices, and the attempts that have and haven't worked for our grade-breaking guests. So fellow entrepreneurs and educators, what do you think? Are you ready to take a hammer to the education space and break the grade? Welcome to Breaking the Grade. Welcome to another edition of Breaking the Grade. This is a special edition. And I know, I say that every single time, and I hear you on it. But this one truly is special. The reason is this is the Gratitude Show. This is our last episode of 2025. This is where I say thank you for everything that we've done together as a community around Breaking the Grade. This is where I say thank you to our guests, our audience, my team, and everything that we've accomplished. It's been quite a year. It's been incredible. We've had founders, we've had leaders, we've had innovators, we've had visionaries come to the mic from Mexico, Washington, D.C., Canada, and many places in between. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Breaking the Grade would not be the show it is without you. Our guests, you guys are MVPs. Thank you for trusting us with your stories. I mean that. A lot of people got very vulnerable with us on the show. You showed up. You got a chance to give us a peek into the grind that you experience, the hustle and the victories, and of course, the losses. Breaking the Grade says a big thank you, and I say that on behalf of our audience. We've had guests from Dr. Tamara Minot, who was our last guest, to our first guest, Ernie Delgado, and again, everything in between in terms of different types of people who lead organizations, who have started businesses, and who are there to support our community. This episode is all about celebration and reflection and gratitude to the guests. Let's talk about some numbers. We had 22 guests this year. We had 37 episodes launched. LinkedIn Lives, we had 35 of them. We did over 24 hours of programming, just LinkedIn Lives. That's 1,434 minutes. We have listeners in 63 countries. We have listeners in 612 cities around the world. The community is growing fast and getting stronger every single day. Now, I want to highlight our guests. First of all, the first guest of the year, my friend Ernie Delgado, the CEO and founder of K Digital Literacy Program. Ernie's a true friend. And I'm happy to get to start with Ernie because Ernie is somebody that continues to check in as a friend and as a client. And I really appreciate that. We had him on the show and we kicked off this year with a powerhouse because Ernie has been doing this for 25 years. He's been running his education company. 25 years. His depth, his clarity, his longevity was greatly appreciated to kick off show number 1. Ernie, thank you for starting us off on the right foot. Michael Fung. He's the executive director of the Institute for the Future of Education. I met him at well, a wonderful conference that he leads at Monterrey Tech in Monterrey, Mexico. Michael showed us what real decision makers are like. He's a true leader. He walked us through how to speak the language of the people who actually make the calls, the people in the room. Then I got to talk to Sergio Abramovich. Sergio is the CEO of Scala Learning. Guy is a rock star in the education space. We talked live from Monterrey, Mexico. Sergio unpacked the shift from burnout to sustainable growth. And he dropped a line that honestly I won't forget. Here's the quote: "If you burn out, you burn your team out, then your mission never scales." Let that sit for a second. Nick Fahrenkopf, the founder and CEO of Wibbly. Nick is a friend. Nick was a client of the Ed Sales Elevation Experience and still supports the community, which is phenomenal. He mastered the signature solution. He leaned into the community for feedback on it, which I really appreciate. Because he was able to lean in because Nick is always giving support as well to folks in the community. Beatrice Guillen, the executive director of the Resource Foundation. I got to talk to her about philanthropy, messaging, the type of evidence that actually moves buyers forward. She's sharp, she's warm, she's grounded. And she brought a fresh and kind of new lens to the show in terms of philanthropy. Paul Mock, dude is an amazing founder of Camino 21, vice provost of Telesis. Paul built an education company during the pandemic, and he came out with Clarity, Trust, and Traction. Big education company in Mexico. He didn't guess what schools wanted. He asked, he listened, and he delivered. It's what we really believe in the Ed Sales Elevation Experience, which is why he was a great guest on the show, because he listened, and that's how he built his company. Ashton Tate, founder, the Forum Curriculum. Ashton, client of mine, one-to-one client, went through the Ed Sales Elevation Experience. The guy has grit. Look up grit in the dictionary, and there is my friend Ashton. We worked on his cold emails, his targeted emails together. He came in with knowledge. He came in with a will to do cold email, and boy, did this guy's company grow. He also stopped pitching and he started listening, and everything changed. Ashton is what persistence looks like. Denise Abulafia, my friend from Argentina, professor at Penn's Graduate School of Education, and the founder of Educatina. Denise is a true visionary in our space. She scaled Educatina to over 6 million students across Latin America. She built credibility in multiple countries. Denise, thank you for bringing strength and intelligence and just a really warm approach to growing businesses, which is what I love inside the Ed Sales Elevation Experience. It takes good people to grow great companies, and that's what you are. My friend, Anissa Budieri. Anissa, founder of Lingo Circle. She's a rock star from New York City. Well, she lives in New York City. She's actually from Paris, from France. And that's one of the things we worked on with her, that she should be emphasizing to people that she's super cool. And why does that matter in growing a business? It matters because people want to buy from people. She's knowledgeable. She's smart about languages, and her business Lingo Circle will be successful because she's lived what she is selling. And people know that now because she's doing more work through LinkedIn. Nissa, thank you for bringing your brilliance to our community and your rock star-ness. Carlos Zapata, the founder of the Unicorn Academy. I met him also in Mexico. We talked about the power of conferences. We talked about the power of clarity and showing up in the right rooms, not just any room. Carlos is going to grow his business, and that conversation that we had is very clear that he gets what we're putting out there in the world with the Ed Sales Elevation Experience, because he has a perfect client. He has credibility. He has a clear offer, and he will be successful. So if you missed any of these amazing shows, or if you just want to relive them, you can catch every episode on Apple, on Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. And coming in 2026, more YouTube. Yeah, we're going to do much more YouTube. So be on the lookout for that. Let's get back to the show. Breaking the Grade. Hey, guest number 11, Robert Martellacci, my friend from Canada, who I refer to as a lighthouse. The dude is huge, bigger than life. Plus, he's always giving energy and light to people in our space. Robert is a giant in the Canadian ed tech space and around the world. His episode was From Collapse to Credibility. He's a wonderful person. Get a chance to listen to that show, please, and learn from Robert. And also, you'll feel that warmth. And, by the way, add the Canadian EdTech Summit to your calendar of events every single year. It's a great one. Let's talk about Jolene Levine, my friend, the founder of Norva Nivel. It's a furniture company in the education space, a really great furniture company. Here's her story. Lost $10 million in sales, fired from her own company, and came roaring back. Her resilience is unmatched. Her ability to be a friend is also unmatched. As you guys know, back on June 9th, I lost my father. And Jolene has been there for me every step of the way. With an ear, with a hug, with a heart. You'll hear that in that show. Paul Vallis. Guy is just a leader in the education space and has been for decades. He was the superintendent in Chicago and Philadelphia and New Orleans. He has lived it all. This probably was the longest show that we recorded all year. Paul's got a lot to say, and I was not about to cut this gentleman off. Paul, thank you for meeting me in San Diego, having that conversation, and then continuing it in our LinkedIn Live that we had. Amazing stories from Paul. Michael Golden, Vice Dean of Innovative Programs at Penn's GSC, and Jaime Pales, one of the founders of Your Way Learning. We had a great conversation at IFE in January in Monterrey, Mexico. Fast forward to August, they got funded. Your Way got funded. A $9 million fund. Really happy for those guys. Really wonderful show. And really encouraging to see this partnership that has been started between Penn GSE and Your Way Learning. Learn more about it. Michael Campbell, the president of Advancing Global EDU, we talked trust. We talked about trust because it is the true currency, Michael and I believe, in education sales. Not hype, not noise. Trust. Listen to that show. Kareem Cooperhouse, the CEO of Higher Sales. This guy has been there, done it, and done it again. We talked about guarantees. This was the guarantee show. And Kareem walked us through what the guarantee shift is. What buyers actually want, not hope, they want guarantees. So you got to listen to that show. I believe the future into 2026 in education sales could center around guarantees. Then there's Paul King. Paul King and I work very closely. He went through the Ed Sales Elevation Experience, and now we work one-to-one together. Paul's been very successful. So if you really want a model for how to go through the Ed Sales Elevation Experience, Paul is it. Paul is solving one urgent problem in New York City. He has one clear offer. He has major breakthroughs for his clients, and he has a crapload of traction in New York City. He has people, principals coming to him. That's the beauty of the work we do. He doesn't have to sell anymore. People are coming to him. Mitch Weisberg, who we also fondly call my Uncle Paul. He's the author of the Mind Shifting series, has just come out with another book. Mitch brought mental mastery to the table. And that's really important for us as owners. of education companies, because you got to be on your mental game too, because there will be ups and downs. When the stakes rise, mindset beats tactics, and Mitch proved that. Mitch, thank you for the depth you brought this year. JD Mosley Matchett, the founder and CEO of Informaven. JD worked really hard in the Ed Sales Elevation experience, and she continues to do that because she's going to get her business right. She has the mission, she has the passion, and she worked very hard, and she was a model student in the Ed Sales Elevation experience. And that's why I brought her on the show, so people could see also, when you work hard, you will begin to accomplish your goals with your business, and JD will keep at it. Rob Reyes, Managing Director, Berkeley Executive Institute. Rob built 4 companies. He had 1 exit. His story is riddled with lawsuits and betrayals, and there's a lot to learn, and Rob has come out stronger and still smiling. Our last guest, Dr. Tamara Minot. She's the founder of Clarify Ed and Director of College and Career Readiness at Coney Island Prep. It's a powerful story that she tells about really just like beating imposter syndrome, which creeps in to all of our lives, especially as business owners. So I appreciate Dr. T closing out the year talking about something very real, imposter syndrome. Then we had special appearances, LinkedIn Live guests that just hopped into the mic. Rose Hastreeter, the founder and CEO of Leonti 3C. Wayne Bouvier, the CEO and founder of Higher Digital. Doug Roberts, the founder and CEO of IEI. Ken Spiegel, the CEO of Languatest. All these people, they hopped in when we needed it, and they gave us very honest and great lessons learned in the education space. To all of our guests, your courage to share inspires our founders, educators, and change makers. And honestly, that's no small thing. Thank you for doing what you do. And thank you for doing what you did with our microphone. This year, we had some really powerful strategy insights that actually help founders take action. We talked about the better demo method, the LinkedIn headline deep dive, the rest advantage, the summer fix, and the opposite effect. Yeah, I referenced Seinfeld. Oh, yeah. Those aren't just concepts, they were practical ways, and I get to hear from people literally on the street, especially when I'm at conferences, who have listened to these shows and they have implemented new tactics and starting to see traction by listening to our shows. A special shout out to my friend, my mentor, my co-host, my coach in business and in life, John Gamba. You know I love you, brother. Thank you for being on our show. Thank you for everything you do for me, for my family, and for our community. We truly do appreciate it. And to you, the listeners. Our listeners, our community, our ride or die crew, thank you. Every comment, every share, every moment you've spent engaging with us has not gone unnoticed by me. And sometimes I'm even surprised, honestly, honored to have you as a listener, honored to have your comments, your feedback, for you to say, I tried this and it worked. That just is the best. This show is about gratitude, and it's about looking back at this year filled with growth and challenges and breakthroughs. As we close out 2025, and you guys know this was an amazing year for me business-wise and a tough year for me personally, losing my father. We're not done yet. Yeah, we're going to close 2025. We got 2026 in front of us. We've got some major upgrades to the show, major upgrades to what we do as a business. I'm working on myself, guys. I'm working with a fantastic coach every single day. I'm trying to be a better coach. As we wrap 2025, I want you to feel this. I want you to feel my thank you. I want you to feel my gratitude. I truly do. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Thank you for believing in what we're building. Thank you for showing up week after week. And I can tell you this, we're ending strong. And folks, friends, family, we're just getting started.